In the Bible, tithes and offerings are seen as a way for God's people to support the work of ministry and care for the church. However, the manner in which leaders ask for them can be important. Here are some considerations. 1. Biblical foundation. Tithing is a principle found throughout the Old and New Testaments, e.g., Leviticus 27:30, Malachi 3:10, 1 Corinthians 16:2. It's meant to support the work of ministry, the poor, and the mission of the church. Motivation. The intent behind asking for tithes and offerings is key. Leaders should ask with a heart of stewardship and service, rather than manipulation or greed. 2 Corinthians 9-7. Paul encourages cheerful giving, not pressured or forced giving. 3. Purpose. Leaders are entrusted with handling resources responsibly, as seen in passages like 1 Timothy 5:17-18, which emphasizes double honor for those who lead well. They should provide transparency and accountability for how funds are used. 4. Warnings against greed. There are verses like 1 Peter 5:2-3 and Micah 3:11-12, which warn against exploiting the congregation for personal gain. Malachi 3:10. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven, and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Let's break this down. 1. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse. Tithing refers to giving a tenth, 10% of one's income or produce to God. The storehouse was the place where the Israelites brought their offerings and tithes to support the priests and the temple. 2. That there may be meat in mine house. This emphasizes that tithes are meant to provide for the needs of the temple, supporting the work of ministry, the priests, and those serving God's purposes. 3. Prove me now herewith. God invites his people to test him. This is one of the few times God challenges people to see if they will trust him by being faithful in giving. 4. If I will not open you the windows of heaven. This is God's promise of provision and blessing. The windows of heaven symbolize abundant blessings that come when we are obedient in our giving. 5. Pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. God promises that his blessings will be so great that there won't be enough space to contain them. Key points. Faithfulness. God calls his people to trust him with their finances. Provision. Obedience to God's commands brings divine blessing. Abundance. God promises to bless beyond what we can imagine. Check out Part 2, Kingdom Business. Let's get it. Don't forget to spread the gospel.